So imagine this. You're a defender, locked in a one-on-one with Eden Hazard. You're thinking, alright, time to make a tackle. But here's the thing. He's barely moving. No stepovers, no fancy tricks, just a slight lean of the body. And suddenly, bam, you're on the floor, looking like a fool. Hazard, he's already jogging away with the ball like nothing happened. This man didn't dribble. He just existed in a way that made defenders crumble. He wasn't the fastest, he wasn't the strongest. Hell, at times he looked downright lazy. But somehow he still destroyed everyone in his path. So how did he do it? Some players rely on raw pace, others on brute strength. Hazard, he had something different. Balance, intelligence, and pure disrespect for defenders. He wasn't out here throwing stepovers like Ronaldo or sprinting past people like Mbappe. No, Eden's dribbling was like water, smooth, effortless, impossible to stop. And the worst part? Defenders knew what he was going to do, and still couldn't stop him. You ever played FIFA and had your controller die mid-game? That's what defending against Hazard felt like. Completely useless. But before we get to his Chelsea days, let's rewind a bit, back to where it all started. Eden Hazard was born in La Louvière, Belgium, in 1991 into a footballing family. Both his parents played the game, so football wasn't just a passion. It was the family business. And from an early age, it was clear this kid had something special. At just 17, he packed his bags and moved to France to join Lille's academy. Now, Lille isn't exactly the first club you think of when you hear future Ballon d'Or winners, but they saw what everyone would eventually see. This kid was different. By 16, he was already making his first team debut. By 19, he was running the whole damn league. Let's talk numbers. 20 goals, 16 assists in his final season at Lille. That's video game stuff. He led them to a League One title in 2011, something they hadn't done in over 50 years. The kid was cooking and Europe was watching. Then came the summer of 2012. Every big club wanted him. Real Madrid, interested. Manchester United, tired. But Hazard, he went full main character mode. This man literally tweeted, "I'm joining the Champions League winners." No one even knew who he was talking about. Until Chelsea won the Champions League, and boom, Hazard was Stamford Bridge bound. The audacity. Now here's where things get crazy. Some players struggle to adapt to the Premier League. Hazard, he walked in and acted like he'd been there for years. Defenders tried to bully him, but they forgot one thing. This man had tree trunk legs. Have you seen his calves? They belong in a museum. You could foul him, push him, try to rip his shirt off. It didn't matter. He'd just keep going. And when he had the ball at his feet, pure art. His low center of gravity made him untouchable. He could turn in the tightest spaces, glide past players like they weren't even there, and then, just when the defender thought he had him, Hazard would shift his weight ever so slightly, and boom, see you later. Hazard made the difficult look easy throughout his 7-year stay. Maurizio Sarri called him a genius, and honestly, who could argue? He was a favorite of the neutrals, the Premier League's ultimate entertainer, and a player who always seemed like he was having the most fun on the pitch. "Often a dribble brings more joy than a goal," Hazard once said. "That's when the people stand up to applaud. It's part of my reflex. People want the show, they pay for it. You're an actor, so let's bring them pleasure. When I start a match, I tell myself I have to dribble. Today isn't the day to score, it's the day to dribble. This is my main quality." And my God, did he live by that. Hazard completed 909 dribbles in the Premier League for Chelsea. Just to put that in perspective, the next guy on that list during the same period, 621. That's a massive gap. He wasn't just good at dribbling, he was on a completely different planet. One of the best examples, that goal against West Ham. He picked up the ball, shimmied one way, dipped the other, sent defenders flying, and slotted it home. Pure filth. And here's the thing, dribbling like that at high speed, that takes unreal balance and control. And Hazard wasn't just a magician with the ball. He was tough. Right from his first season at Chelsea, defenders were trying to kick him out of the game. His Premier League debut, Wigan players were chopping at him left, right, and center. The Community Shield against Man City, same story. But did he complain? Nah, he just got back up and kept going. That was his mentality. That was his response. United once fouled him 5 times in the first half alone. Didn't matter. Hazard just kept running at them. And sometimes defenders got a taste of their own medicine. Remember when Francis Coquelin tried to stop him? Hazard shrugged him off like a little kid, sent him spinning, and went on to score one of the most iconic solo goals against Arsenal. Hazard took the knocks because he knew that's what it took to play his way. Should he have been protected more? Absolutely. And even the defenders hacking him down weekly, he still won 638 fouls in 7 seasons. The next closest player was at 450. He was getting battered, bruised, and kicked all over the place. And somehow he always played with a smile. And yet some people still thought he could have done more. Why wasn't he putting up Messi or Ronaldo numbers? But let's be real. That's an insane bar to set. In another era, he might have been hailed as the best in the world. Even Mourinho once said, he plays in a country where there isn't a culture of the best player in the world. But look at the numbers. During his Chelsea spell, only 3 players, all strikers, scored more Premier League goals. Only 2 pure playmakers provided more assists. And here's the kicker, no one created more chances than him. He wasn't just a showman, he was a game changer. And he did it when it mattered most. He had at least 7 goal contributions against each of Chelsea's top 6 rivals. Some of them absolute screamers. That curling strike against United in the FA Cup quarterfinal, the bangers against Liverpool, that insane 30-yard left foot rocket against Stoke. The moments were endless. And let's not forget, he wasn't just a highlights player, he was a winner. 2 Premier League titles, FA Cup, League Cup, 2 Europa Leagues, and each time he was Chelsea's best player. Named the club's player of the year 4 times, more than legends like Drogba, Lampard, and Terry. That says it all. The crazy part? He did most of this under defensive, pragmatic managers. Rafa Benitez, Mourinho, Conte, these weren't coaches letting him roam free, but he still shined. Under Sarri, he finally got that freedom. And what happened? His best ever season in terms of goals and assists. But it wasn't just the dribbling. Hazard had the full package. He could create, he could score, and when he was in the mood, he was unplayable. Think back to that goal against Arsenal in 2017. You know the one. He picks up the ball near the halfway line, shrugs off Coquelin like he's made of paper, skips past defenders like they're training cones, and slots it past Cech. That wasn't just a goal. That was a crime scene. Or what about West Ham in 2019, when he took the ball, danced through 4 defenders, and casually slotted it in like it was a training session? Hazard didn't score tap-ins. He scored goals that made people question their life choices. And the best part? He made it all look so easy. There was no stress, no desperation, just a man having fun while ruining careers. At Chelsea, he won 2 Premier League titles, an FA Cup, a League Cup, and 2 Europa League trophies. And every season, he was their best player. By 2019, Chelsea knew what was coming. Real Madrid came knocking. And Hazard, being Hazard, said goodbye in the best way possible, by dropping a masterclass in the Europa League final against Arsenal. 2 goals, 1 assist. I think it's goodbye, he said after the match. Yeah, no kidding, mate. Then came Madrid. And well, let's be real, that story didn't go the way we all hoped. Injuries, bad luck, and a bit too much love for Spanish cuisine meant we never really saw peak Hazard at the Bernabeu. But let's not dwell on that, because when Eden Hazard was at his best, he was untouchable. Hazard carried Chelsea for years. Everything revolved around him. Chelsea fans just hoped for one last masterclass before he walked away. And boy, did he deliver. So here's the real question. Where does Hazard rank among the greatest dribblers of all time? Is he in the top 5, top 3, maybe even number 1? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. See you in the next one.